away for a while was more just sort of the support player.
Yeah.
In that sort of situation, and Max always did quite well in that. So it's going to be. It would actually be quite good to see Harry's position and what he's allowed to do in a team like Reason, which is going to be a lot different to anything we saw sort of with AOA or FM to that point. Now, I'm going to be kicking it off Dohos at the pistol round. Yep. Break it down.
It's looking like a very slow A take to start things off, just walking into A main and side. Bomb is on the back of Fry as they're looking to execute. It is going to be a 5 versus 2 as soon as they bust on out here. The door has been opened. Smokes have come down here as well. Fry's just going to pop on out, spots one player, going to try and connect the shots, gets the headshot down, and now the bomb should follow.
Oh my god, Huss. They've taken the site, they're doing a good job so far. The retake is attempting to unfold. Got a lot of map control right now and some good after plants. It just depends on when this push is going to be coming out. Limited utility, only has the one smoke on Max, and they can't really use that too well to actually get in. Just grouping up for the meantime, but frags do begin to come in. Jacob with 2, wants to go in with a hat-trick, but you'll have a 4K for free, Huss.
What a play there from Jacob, just popping heads with the Glock as well, no less. And that was a very nice plant as well. They were able to get in the site, get that one pick from Fry. He followed up with a bomb plant. And it was planted in just a default open area, and they were still able to leave 2 players out in garage as well. So even if Jacob didn't just go off there, they would have had the defense coming from that garage area. Would have been a lot easier for them to defend, but Jacob thought he'd seal the deal early on.
This is quite a cool buy as well, from Reason obviously just going for the decoy there with 3 Deagles in play. They have 2 P250s and 1 flash. Fry will get the opener, just waiting over towards Sunroom now. Won't do too much damage really. They've not invested that much, haven't gone for the armor buys. The cash won't be too bad. They can afford to be a little bit risky into the round, just try to get a couple of picks. Only downside would be obviously JKM getting a lot of room to play over to mid right now. Could find a frag with that Mach 10 and get the extra cash bonus.
Yeah, Mighty Max has gone very aggressive here, but he's not actually going to find anything. He will hear the footsteps in main, however, which is why we're seeing both them. Popping Jacob's head off, that's a big one down so early on. He gets that Mach 10 as well if he wants. If he just steps forward and picks it up. Mighty Max is going to get taken down from behind by Dudley, however. T-Sac just holding this red angle. Fire a few shots off, connects the shot. That was just Reason left standing.
And obviously this round basically done at this point. Reason just wants to try and back off. They'll have to push into him. Could potentially find a frag, which will make his life a little bit better. But really, that would be the best outcome. Actually lands the headshot in the end towards Robin. It will be traded out very quickly by Dudley.
Yeah, going to be a little bit annoyed he didn't get that pick onto Fry though. Left him on 5 HP. Would have been a lot bigger. Getting those 2 frags, of course, would have been nicer. But working men, second round, always going to go towards them. They are now just going to buy up all the AKs and the Galils, the full rifles, full 7-8s on more or less everyone, as they execute into yet another eco round coming out from Reason Gaming.
It's a nice sort of push here coming out from Reason, just trying to get for that over-aggression, want to overwhelm anyone just waiting outside of B early on. Also gives you the potential to push around if it is going to be an A play. They've done a fair bit of damage actually getting 2 frags, but Jacob will take down Batham. He was just spraying away with that AK as he picks up the wallbang. Max in a fairly effective position right now. They can keep Dudley at bay, just hold him with the Glil. Should get the better of Mighty Max as he peeks out and just spray him down. It all rides on Connor. Already though, forcing 2 rebuys out for the working men isn't going to be the worst thing into the round. We'll get the bomb down to get that extra cash bonus anyway.
Yeah, the question is, what can Connor really do with this Galil here? Of course, they will have the money to just buy up next round. Connor will find himself 1 frag. He can now upgrade that to an AK because there were 2 dropped over there, so that is going to be a safe upgrade for him. And in fairness, he'll probably just save this AK here. He has no need to challenge. He's got a lot of money on him. For someone who started off with, I think, a P250 this round, to move that up to 3.9k worth of gear, it's a big income to the economy of Reason. And of course this could now allow for an AWP to get picked up as well because they have this drop.
This is the thing. If they can get that out, obviously, with a man like Keto on their side, they want to try and get that AWP onto him. Let's see what they're going to go for with a buys here, Hoss.
Yep, there it is. Connor dropped the AK. He had exactly enough for AWP and armor.
Oh, Connor might keep it actually. He's got the spawn if he wants to go for the pick. So probably we'll just ride with that into that one, see if he can get the aggressive face. Which could work out too well. The only unfortunate factor is Robin's going to be the man trying to bring the battle to him. Flashbang go over, we'll just try and go for that peak jumping round. Connor, dazed and confused there, couldn't really take him down at this point. Does have the angle covered now. Dudley will be the one to try and best him, but meanwhile towards mid, the other AWP comes into play and they've already just obliterated the defences. Keita goes down, Connor follows suit, and it just rides on 3 men now. Outnumbered and not looking too healthy into the round. Batham wants to claw it back a little bit with the aggressive face, does take down Jacob, and his Reason in such a great position. They just line up, wandering straight into his crosshairs and was allowed to spray that one down for free. Dudley will eventually start to tiptoe in towards the site as well, but warded off by the flashbang now, Hoss.
Yeah, it was big aggressive play early from these double AWPs as Dudley is going to get forced back through that fire into a position you really don't want to be in with an AWP.
Yeah, not too sure as well. It's a bit awkward there as he actually backed off, taking a ridiculous amount of damage from the Molotov. Obviously wanted to get out the line of sight, but didn't go too well. They could go for the play here to just boost around, which it seems like they want to do. So crossing sight will be such an unfortunate thing there, as they can spot him out and be aware of what they want to do. Max has this covered. They're in some good angles. Only downside could be if they go for this over-rotate. Batham looks a little bit panicked. The seed of doubt has been planted in his mind. As you can see, he's just being quite paranoid, rotating round.
Yeah, he is just going to now hang back to that A site. Meanwhile, a lot of work was put in over towards B. Reason and Mighty Max pick up 2 frags. Now it's just Dudley left. 29 HP does find the frag onto Batham, but of course, 26 seconds left. The bomb is in Reason Gaming's control. It's going to be a CT round for sure here.
Yeah, Dudley really shouldn't try and go for this. Just wants to back off, hold on to the AWP. The damage has been done to their economy, and that would be the only beneficial factor if he can just back out. Keep that on his side. They could go for a little bit of a hunt here. Cash isn't great for the CTs, but if they want to try and go for it, can do so. Recovered the AWP as well, which is good.
Yeah, and from a round which started so bleak for Reason Gaming, losing 2 players early on to the aggressive double AWP style of working men on that T side. Big comeback from them. 3 rounds to 1, as it is in fact going to be a bit of a mix buy. We got the AK, we got a Tech 9 on Fry. The AWP is in Dudley's hands. It is really weird. Jacob, okay, yeah, Jacob's finally got a Tech 9 there as well.
This is interesting as well. Is Connor actually been moved over to maining the AWP on this side now, and Keita taking a step back to just go into the rifle? Because obviously Keita was the man that always used to go for the AWP. But it seems like there has been a change amidst Hoss. But the A-push will eventually be unfolding. Batham just playing on the close angle by the smoke. Should be able to get the better of Robin here if he goes into the play, depending on Fry's positioning. Time is going to be so crucial at this point. A lot of utility over on towards that side. Obviously, the buy's a little bit shaky as they had to make do with the restricted economy that they had. They do have the flashbangs to play over and those smokes as well, which are going to be the major factor. Need to zone off everyone efficiently on towards the sites. They can then burst out and make the explosion work quite well. He has the backup of Max, just watching the angle right now to see when they do go for the play. Just tiptoeing for the meantime. They have no real reason to rush. There's still a minute left on the clock.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about that very passive T side. They know that they're not having an advantage when it comes to guns here, as we're going to see Dudley get taken down. Fry does get a trade, then gets taken out by Mighty Max. Nice double for him. Working men kind of taking this one a little bit slow. Keita is going to spray a little bit towards main. Mighty Max going to reposition, looking to get his 3rd frag now, and he certainly will. Can he get a 4th? Yes, he's going to try for it. But not able to get it. It's going to be Reason who will drop Robin. Just Jacob left. He's found himself an AK. Mighty Max with a nice 4K there. Round things out. Good little comeback coming in here from Reason, and the economy of working men still is not good at all.
Yeah, that's the thing. That was quite a critical round. They needed to pick that one up to really be a catalyst to bring themselves back into a good spot. Hasn't gone their way, unfortunately, so the eco will have to come out. PT50, so just a light investment into the round, which is good. Nolan actually making a bit of a brash decision. Dudley could have afforded to put a little bit extra in, but obviously he wants to try and get the AWP out, so no reason for him to do so and run the risk. Connor will get the opener as well into Jacob. Just going for the wide peak, wanted to get the information out, just forcing them to consider a potential B play, when really it will be that all-out mid-aggression. They're going to go for the heavy stack, so they all face at the same time. Just try and overwhelm Keita here, but really it shouldn't be that hard of a task for him with a CM4. Just tap it away. We'll find one on towards Dudley. Wants to go back for more. Blind by the backup of his teammates. Flash and Robin will get taken down. Fry is there ready for the trade. Pops out. Fantastic headshot as he just snipes down Mighty Max in that elevated angle. That is a great way to kick things off into this, as he wants to keep it up as well. We'll take down Keita, but what else can he find? Has to try and reposition now. Only 3 HP left on him. Well, the damage has already been done to the side of Reason Gaming, and T-Sac's there to back him up. They do have the bomb. If they can take down Batham, there is potential to actually get the plant. Headshot will come out. Takes down Fry, and things begin to slow down a little bit. The tempo will back down. It just rides on T-Sac, has the angle. Actually caught Batham out there as he was trying to reload. Landed one tag, just knocking him down to 8 HP. Wants to try and get the higher ground. Flashbang goes out, doesn't really work out too well, but unfortunately, neither is that play as he gets taken down in the end.
Yeah, that round went as we expected. Working men did force 2 rebuys, however, which is certainly going to hurt the economy of Reason when it comes to later rounds, because that has put them on, if they lose this one, I believe they are on an eco, or at least a small buy at that, after Connor with the AWP now back in his hands. There you go. As you said last round, Dudley didn't go for that extra investment. He is going to pick up the AWP himself.
Has got to go for the glass cannon though.
Yeah, not going to find anything towards this B side. Just waiting to see if there is any aggression come out from Reason, but that won't be the case. They will just anchor on towards that side. Jacob going for yet another door play here. It's just going to be the classic split up and see what intel you can get. But Batham He's going to throw a flashbang, and that will force Jacob back on out of there for now.
It's pretty good though, obviously going for the flash peek. Did give away his position, but this just bought him a lot more time to play with as Jacob had to back off. Does now start to push up. This will be a little bit of a play slightly later on to the round. Utility isn't that limited, so they've got a lot to play with. Oh, the main push coming out. This gives Jacob so much potential just going for the backstab. Doesn't want to try and run the risk though. We'll just hold it for the meantime. Oh, my voice went there. That was really bad. mean team. Oh no.
Batham is going to throw that incendiary out, and that's just going to keep Fry on an island there. He kind of has to move on forward. But instead he went for the safer option, backing out towards mid once again. Did take a little bit of damage, but this is what I was saying, a very passive T round again. There's been very little aggression. We had that initial flash peek coming out from the CTs indoor.
So here's the reason why I've gone for a much slower style of CS as well. The economy isn't too great, so it's such a vital round. They don't want to run the risk of just going in all out, just going headstrong, being just absolutely battered, losing the round at that point, forcing themselves back into a horrific situation with the economy, and then it all just goes downhill from there. They want to try and take this slower sort of style of CS that worked quite well with the early aggression towards mid as well, but now the convergent play comes out, everyone's starting to group up and just barrage their way onto the A-bomb site. Max is going to fall, but Batham will retaliate as he strikes down Jacob from the sidelines. Frey railing him down as the bomb gets planted, and it just rides on Connor and Batham. Well, reason even.
Yeah, Batham was huge in that defense. If he'd have got that frag, then I'm not sure they would have had time for the bomb to plant. He did get taken down, unfortunately, as Reason is going to be coming in for the retake. Spots the arm of Fry at Forklift, is able to connect that one, but Dudley at the back of the site, being such a monster, is going to be able to drop Connor. That was just 1 versus 2. T-Sac making the smart play. Sitting in main on that 10 HP.
Oh, push coming in. The no scope, there you go, from close range. Obviously, the point blank shot. Gut shot Huss.
Yep.
You can't be safe from that one.
Nope.
Insides or over the wall. Go to the hospital. They say we're afraid not. Healthcare's not going to cover this.
Just a straight punch to the stomach.
Much like a kidney punch. But once again, Reason now forced into the eco. You can see the damage has been done. Their life savings have been shaven away. Huss. You know, the student loans have finally caught up with them, and this is the position they're left in. Much like Kyanite. So the vibes into this round won't be too great. Push actually coming out. Robin obviously has that angle covered, so it'll be an easy pick on towards Robin. There was the A stack in place. Now they're just going to be able to reposition. They're aware this is going to be the B push.
Yeah, there's not really much you can expect to do. Might see the CZ frag come in here, but the Deagle, I don't expect it to be too crucial at all. Keeter and Connor going to get taken down. It is just Batham left now, Deagle in hand, so if anything, it will be the Deagle to get something.
Robin just with a porn star finish there with that 3K spray down. Jacob holds the angle as Batham will peek into him. Nothing else he could do. Had to walk straight into his crosshairs and a headshot comes out. A very easy round as you'd expect. Not a lot to work with for the side of Reason, but finally the money has started to build up again.
Yep. Looks like Reason are going to be able to scratch themselves a nice little buyout here. Famas coming in and going to have to sit on M4s elsewhere.
Is that a scratch joke, Koss?
I don't know, is it?
I don't know why you'd make a scratch joke, but the push coming in. Look at this aggression as well towards mid now. Finally trying to spice it up with Mighty Max actually going for that aggressive play early on to try and help out Keita. Mid's been one of those sort of key areas of aggression where they've been able to go for that sort of grouped play on towards A with the pincer strike a little bit later onto the round. Keita unfortunately wasn't able to do as good of a job as holding it as you'd like. Now playing from garbage though with Max close by should work out well. I believe Reason's actually boosted into vent. Yeah, so this is going to be a really effective hold, especially if they continue on with the play. Unluckily though, is going to get spotted out. Brian put on top of the boost, spotted out Keita, took him down. Response does come in with Reason as he just lands that one straight between the eyes. Oh, nice Molotov here to try and stop him.
And it will force him out. Loses 15 HP, but Mighty Max going to get tickled by that nade once again. 7 HP less on him. As he will reposition towards this A site now. No mid control. Reason have to give that one up. Dudley just looking for someone to pick. Yet another Molotov forces one of these CT players out of that position. Mighty Max playing in a very awkward angle, arguably a little bit open as well, as he does get taken down. Batham finds the frag on Robin towards the mid area though. T-Sac and Jacob going to be coming on in here. What can they do? It's going to be T-Sac gets the headshot onto Batham, followed by the bomb plant yet again. 2 versus 3 retake. Is it going to be possible though?
Limited utility, they only have the 2 flashes, but there's potential, and especially if you get an opening frag like that with Reason just slaying Dudley straight away through the smoke. That is glorious stuff, but T-Sac playing around it will claim one. Jacob with the follow-up frag as well on towards Reason, and they hold it down. Oh boy.
As DJ Khaled said, he'll hold you down.
Yep, well.
The lyrical genius that is.
I mean, whilst we're at it as well, Reason obviously as bad as broke as Kanye West Toss.
This is true. Kanye West Company.
Yeah, Kanye West Limited, LTD. Other brands of rapper are available. Fry, was he holding this angle down?
Yeah, expected to get taken, yeah. Connor only had a USP in hand, no advantage at all there. Fry, easy picking. He's been very, very good at getting these early picks towards this B site. Eco rounds or just straight up gun rounds, he is great at getting these early picks. And he's done it yet again here. Keita is going to try and get on in here. Fry nails him in the head once again.
What about 10 as well, on towards Dudley. A smart decision. He needs a bit of a bank to be able to get that AWP out every time he wants it, so just ripping his way through the weaker opponents will allow him to do so. The round is going to go quickly, though, into the hands of working men.
Is that another voice crack there?
Probably. I'm very ill. I'm almost as ill as the working men are going right now, because they're going sick costs.
Saw that one coming. But yeah, they are going to go for another AWP here, not doubling it up this time, just going to go for the solo one. Yep.
Mr. Solo Dolo, aka Dudley. Oh, peek out towards mid as well. Robin obviously just going to be charging straight in, no holes barred. Wanted to try and find that frag. Does a fair bit of damage. This is going to force Keita out of position, which gives them so much breathing room actually in this round. Mid's been a massive misplay that's just allowed them to push into any site they want. Dudley actually get the opening frag as well on towards Batham. So this round's basically in their hands. It's going to be very easy for them to mould it into the play they want. Mighty Max is going to get overwhelmed soon. The flashbang's going. Just depends on the timing here. Keita could be so critical into this. If he charges through the smoke, we'll find one.
Oh!
But it's going to happen. T-Sack with a response straight away. And now they start to flood in towards Mighty Max's crosshair. But he couldn't hold them back, Cos. He's been taken down. He's beaten. He's bruised. He's dead now, of course.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you were talking about pre-game, about Cash and how it's great if you set a precedent on that T side and gain that momentum early on. That's exactly what the working men are doing. They won the pistol round, got 3, looked a little bit shaky, but now once they've got that momentum going, they've won 4 in a row. Going to be their 5th right here as Connor is going to salvage the AWP and run away with his life. Just sit in a corner somewhere and do nothing the whole day. There it is. Does in fact get taken down. Can't even save that AWP.
Sorry? AWP?
AWP.
No, I didn't realise you were a hype man for a rap troupe. AWP? Oh. Rose. So, good stuff so far. The working men looking fairly dominant. And this is the hard point as well. Reason, obviously, because these rounds have been so awkward for them, they've never really been able to build up quite a stable economy. It's so volatile in that CT half. Yep. Really hasn't been going their way. Connor, he needs to try and jump into it now with this Deagle in his hands towards the B1 site. They're flooding into him, peeking one by one, giving him potential openers. And he is very effective with his hand cannon as well. So it does land the tag, but the tap comes in. T-Sack just tapping away like a tap dancer, Hoss.
Having a tap.
He is indeed. Now he's dead. Yep. It's going to be quite hard as well, I believe, on the site actually as well. Do they have that CZ close by? My voice is just ruined. Obviously, Keita with the CZ in hand. If they push around towards headshot, if they actually let them out, reasons why the P250, there could be chance for potential effective crossfire to actually pick them off. Really just rides on timing. Scout as well from Fry as he just holds the lurk angle. Want to see if they're going to be rotating around from A. If he gets a little bit confident, pushes in, they could make that call to just back off and go towards B. But will be the straight up commit on towards the B bomb site now. Pushing out Robin with the 2 entry frags. T-Sack wants to find another one. Max in such a good angle here. Yeah, this could be prime time as he just holds it down, just playing on by headshot.
Smart thing would be for the T side just to wait for the smoke to disappear, but...
No, it didn't happen.
Yeah, well, almost did.
Didn't happen.
It would be a shame if your job relied on your voice.
Yeah, it's true. That'd be real bad. It's a good thing it doesn't.
Yeah. 9-3. As we go into yet another Reason game in buy round. They shouldn't have too many of these left in this half, however. If they lose this, I believe they're on yet another Rico. Then we're towards the end of the half. It's really not looking good. If the working men get the last 3 rounds here, it's basically guaranteed game for them. And Fry just did some team damage there. I think he wanted a boost, shot at his teammate, and then got his boost. And then he gets taken down.
Dead now, of course. The Molotov does come in as well to try and force him back.
Immediately smoked off.
Oh no, Hoss. Oh, this should actually be a pick a little bit later on into the round as we just wait.
Yeah.
Obviously Dudley just going for the wallbang. Thought that was going to connect there. Didn't really work out.
This is the second time Keita's played here, however. So they should have an idea that he does like to play this aggressive in mid, especially with where Mighty Max is and Reason. They know where Reason is because he got the pick on Fry. Mighty Max has played this highway, speedway position before. So they should then know there is someone aggressively pushed up, but Robin is not going to find that one out. T-Sack should know it now. And with this wall of smoke, he should be able to take a 1v1 trade here, and he does. Does get taken down by Reason, unfortunately.
Yeah, someone needs to check his config. Just straight for the smoke there. Absolutely ridiculous stuff. Dudley, meanwhile, watching the M6, is not a fan of fast cards, so he shuts down Mighty Max.
And now 2 versus 3 on this site, or 2 versus 3 in general. They need to get the bomb back. That's the high priority here for the working men. Oh, Connor going to connect that shot, as it's just Jacob left.
Yep, he is a bit of an artist with the AK, but won't show us his painting skills today, Hoss.
Nope. Former Surrey team captain there is going to get taken down.
Oh, you just mixed that in. God, tidbits of information.
Well, he was captain of Team Surrey.
That's true. Didn't Surrey Lions win? They won that, didn't they? Yeah, they came first.
Not sure, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yep.
Yep.
I think Graham wanted to be team captain if he was in the UK.
Didn't happen.
No.
Why would that ever happen? Push coming in towards main as well, just trying to burst their way onto
they
the
spot
site.
bait them.
Yeah. A little bit awkward with the timing. They wanted to get into that fast spawn. Didn't really go his way, so will be punished now. Mighty Max on the scene though, just to hold them back. Oh, playing around the smoke absolutely gloriously here. Has a lot of time in, will peek out. Flashbang went over, wanted to play the anti-flash, didn't quite get past, so it does fall. Everyone really is just getting taken down so quickly. Oh, it just rides on Reason. 1 kill will come out, wants to try and link this into the following frag, but can he even find it? They're just hiding. Actually, no reason to peek. The flank comes in as well off the back of Robin. Just a matter of time before Reason falls at this point. A lot of utility won't actually opt to use any of it. Finally gets the smoke out to block off main. Unlucky for him though, no one is going to be in there lying in wait. Pushes in, will spy out, and now we'll probably just go for the save, realising that things are a little bit awkward. No reason, Hoss. To save. I mean, not to save, to go in. Oh god, I'm ill.
Yep, no reason for Reason. Of Reason.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yep.
Because Reason Gaming, and his name's Reason,
Yep.
and he has a reason.
Did you know that the R in Reason's gaming logo is a joystick?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't know that.
Blanks.
Yeah, the owner of
the
Reason
owner, when he
Gaming.
bought the Reason gaming tag,
Yeah.
he didn't realise the logo had a
He was
joystick in
unaware.
it. He was.
That's a shame, isn't it?
It is. It really is. But this is what we're talking about. The jumble sale buy coming in because Reason 1-1, lost 1. Just unlucky at that point. UMP, they are able to keep the AWP on Connor, however, but the UMP, Deagle, CZ aren't really going to do too much, especially when they play that UMP or white box on Mighty Max. It's not great when it comes to range.
To be fair, range isn't that bad with it, actually. It's one of the slightly more effective SMGs. Has the armor pen as well. But what isn't going to be great is Batham getting absolutely decimated just a mere second into the round, and Connor going down as well. That's that AWP out of play. All the effective weapons are starting to drop thick and fast, and it really just rides on Reason to actually claw this one back as Mighty Max hits the ground. Keita should be dispatched
The patience
as well.
from Reason here as well.
And here he is, the man we spoke about. The only one with M4 to spot out T-Sack. Wanted to get the tag over. Did get a tag, but no frag. And that is 11 full half.
Yeah, it is. And this is a very dangerous position for Reason now. Because if they lose this pistol round, and we saw Jacob go absolutely huge on his T-side pistol round. So if Jacob follows suit again there, this gets to what, 14-4?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
not good.
But here's the scary thing, right? This is the
Apart from you.
overall. Yeah, all right. The overarching factor, obviously, with the working men is all of these players are really effective with pistols.
Yeah.
Like, if you compare them on as a one-to-one level, I'd say everyone is a lot dangerous and a lot more deadly compared to the other side in Reason Gaming. Especially like players like Robin and T-Sack. Jacob as well on pistol rounds is actually crazy. Like, he's always been really good at like utilising Glocks, especially, and even with the P2000. So you're going to see a lot of that coming into effect, and it's a critical round. Like, Reason need it to try and give themselves a bit of breathing room, actually, you know, get the hands off their throat a little bit so they can breathe. Or else the working men are just going to choke them out.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. And here we go. We're about to find out whether Reason Gaming are going to get choked out of this one, or they are going to live to get themselves another breath up in here.
Jacob's furious. Robin's taking 5 damage to get that one off. Maybe that's like, you know, when you...
It's just how confident he is.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike is confidence.
Without confidence, you've already lost us.
Yeah, exactly.
As the great Luke Critical Green once said. So, the push towards the A-bomb site will eventually begin to kick off. Really relies on this defense with the T-Sack and Fryer. This USP going to be a little bit awkward in the close range angle, but it won't matter as Robin and Jacob have already done all the damage. And 3 frags themselves. Fryer makes it work as well as he slays Connor, just ripping his egg clean off, and it rides all on Keita now. Trapped in the close angle by the smoke, will take down Jacob, but Fry just slowly gliding around the map like a ballerina as he bides his time, lands the shot, and there's the round.
That's what we were talking about. So deadly on those pistol rounds Working Men only suffering one, I believe, casualty. It's now going to be a very tough uphill struggle for Reason Gaming. They are not sure what they want to buy. Looks like they kind of wanted that Tech 9 armor, but were very late doing it. And now this kind of gets rid of any immediate impact that a Tech 9 armor rush would have on cash.
No, it's fine as well, because the buy they've gone for with the Scout on Reason, basically you have the potential. What they want to do is just the other four go in as sort of the cavalry early on, just try and go for that overall push, do at least enough damage onto the side of the Working Men that it's sort of quite soft at that point. It allows Reason, as long as he even just lands the tag, gets the frag. Or if Reason is allowed to scout as well, with the Scout in his hands, can roam a little bit, be quite organic, he can land the opening tag. It makes them so squishy and just really easy for the rest of Reason to just brush them out the way with the Tech 9s. Obviously, a high rate of fire, packs a punch as well, but just makes their life so much easier. But then I like this as well from Working Men, not actually going overly crazy. We saw a lot of teams get a bit ambitious when it comes to that second round buy. You don't want to do so. It's so critical because the things, especially on that CT side, you can just destroy your economy. Any grass you had on the game can be thrown away if you lose. It's
just so expensive, that CT side. Your rifle costs, what, 500 more, I believe? You've got a diffuse kit, your incendiary costs a little bit more. It's just generally more expensive to play on that CT side, which is why we're seeing them play so safe. They have these SMGs and FAMASs as well. They know they have no need to push on out.
Oh, this is fantastic. Max actually causing a distraction towards mid. They snap the neck of Robin from behind. Batham just obliterates him. Obviously, a very angry man wanted to batter him down. This forces Jacob to actually try and retake the site on one is lonesome as Fry's miles away. We'll get the opening frag. The push could potentially come in from behind as well of Max. If they don't check this rear angle, he's going to be so deadly into the round as he comes round tiptoeing. Has made that call known. They're going to be aware of the presence of Fry close by, as he's just gliding around now. Went around like an absolute madman. Wanted to get the frag off towards Reason. Isn't going to work out in his favour. It's taken down by Mighty Max, and they get such a critical round. The worst thing is, as well, as we're saying, obliterates the economy.
It's double eco. It has to be a double eco, which is why we might see a little bit of investment into these P250s here across the board, because they can afford to. They're going to have to eco in the next round regardless, and then they'll be able to put a buy together regardless afterwards. So we are seeing a 5-7. Some armor on Robin as well. He's going for the bit of extravagance. And I like this from Keita, just hanging back with the MP7 in hand, trying to protect against any counter boost.
This is a good angle from Connor here, because they have to push into him. He's got the elevated angle. It's a little bit awkward to check, sort of slightly an off angle. So he'd take down Dudley. Obviously, Dudley as well, with just the PT50 in hand, could land a shot. It just makes his life a little bit harder. Slow stuff as well from Reason. They don't want to throw this one away and have the same effect knocked on towards them that we just saw happen with a Working Men. They've seen this slower sort of default find them a lot more success as well, with Mighty Max being more of that sort of lurk role. Solo. Okay, Dudley just holding the close angle, so Connor will potentially walk past him. Clears it, takes him down, and then there were 4.
There were 4 indeed. And you can't really expect much of a defense here. Once Reason sniff onto how Working Men are set up, they should be able to execute rather effectively. Reason just going to peek away at the wrong time there, as they are going to spot out Fry on the site. But, oh, Jacob could have gone big there, but didn't connect enough shots onto Keita to drop him. Fry, P250 up close, is going to get 1 frag, could potentially get a few more here as well. Mighty Max will find the frag onto Chak. Or T-Sack, I apologise.
So no, Robin close by will be taken down by Mighty Max lane. And this is what I want to see as well, Mighty Max actually popping off. We see him as sort of more of that lurk role earlier on into the round, then going for the aggression when they go for the B-bomb site takes, and he's been doing well. He can definitely pack a punch. You see that sick aim flaring out when we, allow him to go in that more aggressive style of CS, so it's good to see. Now then, the Working Men, still obviously, as we were saying, that double eco is in effect. The buys will be coming out. A little bit of a buy in terms of the upgraded pistols. Jacob obviously with a 5-7 again. Is he going to go for a fast play with this? Yeah, just playing up close by checkers. If they push around the box, don't clear the angle. He's got a little bit of leeway to find the frag. Will be hard though, and they're not going to run that risk as well. Reason with the scout, just waiting to see if they're going to go for the aggression early on.
Yeah, he played this position once again. Solo and T-Sack going to get taken down straight away. This opens up the A site completely for Reason Gaming. As it looks like they're not taking advantage of it just yet. Still playing a little bit more cautious, but now they have spotted that player in mid. Looks like we could potentially see a boost up into Vent here. Could be a pretty dangerous play, but now there is no mid presence at all. They are just going to go straight for that A site through door and through main. Smokes are going out just to make sure that they are that bit safer. Mollies go out towards quad and block. I can't talk. Quad and box.
That's the thing as well. I was aware that there's a welcome mat on the site, so everyone now starts to come out. They take their position. Mighty Max in this great elevated angle as well. This is so awkward late into the game, which is fantastic. We'll just be able to shut down Jacob from the sky. Robin also falling towards CT. Rides on Fry. Really nothing you can do into the round. We'll just fall. And then you have another one going for Reason. This is an awful lot better with this slower style LCS. Obviously, working men, they had no money to play with, so it's not that sort of a precedent, but it's good to see. They needed to start to give themselves a little bit of a buffer. They had no breathing room, but now they've got a slight edge to play with.
Yeah. This is what I was going to question as well. If they wanted to go for that double AWP, we saw some aggressive double AWPing on that T side straight away in their first big buy round, and it looks like they're going to go for that style of play once again here on the CT side. Jacob had a great spawn to try and get an early pick off here, and it looks like he is going to try his best to take advantage of that, but no one is going to face just yet. Studley going for the aggressive peek into main as well. But again, not going to find anything. Very passive T side once again.
Yeah, this is what Reason have been going for, because they're aware it works. Working men, they waste a lot of utility very early on into the round. Reason haven't really even going for information plays. It's quite weird. They're trying to sort of play that Na'Vi style, but they're not going for the peaks to actually draw out nades from the working men. They're just taking it really slow, going for the opening face. As soon as they get the pick off the back of one of them just flaring up, that's when they go for the play. So odd, but it's working out quite well. Working men, obviously, they've been overcommitting quite heavily with that utility. You can see it early on now as well. They didn't have the greatest buy in terms of their nades, and it's quite restricted. There's a few flashbangs left. One smoke over on Fire, but that's going to be used now. We'll hold them back for a little bit towards mid, but they can push their way in towards that B bomb site. Everyone just doing their best Bruce Willis impressions. They go through vents. Really rides on Jacob here. Robin with a crossfire as well. Gets the opening frag as he takes down Batham. Just waiting for the right time into peak as Jacob pops out, says hello, takes one down. Goes back for the second frag as well towards Mighty Max. And Fry wanted a bit of the action as he sprays down Reason.
Yep, nice clean round coming in there for the working men as they get their 13th round on the board. But they're not going to break the economy of Reason Gaming just yet. However, they do get at least one more clean buy coming in here. Are they going to be able to start getting back into winning fashion after losing that one? Because, of course, if the working men lose this...
The working men.
Yeah.
The WW.
Yeah.
The World Working Wetawation.
Same. If they lose this round, their economy gets reset and their round loss bonus is back to essentially 0. So it's a big, big pick there from Jacob. Nice aggressiveness. But this is one of those where it's on a seesaw for both teams. Like, this is one of those rounds which goes either way. If one team, no matter which team wins, the other has to be on a bit of a mixed buy, or at least a bit of an eco.
It's going to be a bit of a struggle. Like my stuff though, once again, this is the thing. Reason they found a lot of success with the slower style of CS. We see a little bit of change in the pace in the style of the working men. Going for those early faces, trying to make it work off the back of that. They're aware that Reason are just holding these close angles. Nade's going in as well. We'll try and make the play now. Want to just overwhelm everyone on towards that B bomb site, going straight for the smoke. Actually, the bomb going in first as well. Could be a bit risky if they don't get the frags, but Mighty Max will kick it off. Jacob responds with one, taking down Keita. But what else can he find here? Slow stuff now as they're panicking a little bit. Do need to make that crossing towards the bomb site. They can get it down in towards default. T-Sax there wants to go for the spam. Actually does tank Batham a little bit.
Yeah, but a little bit isn't really enough. Although 87 HP I still don't think is enough to be in headshot range of these two M4s. But Connor is just going to jump on up onto the box, does get some damage down onto Jacob, who has been so crucial so far. He's found 2 frags. But it looks like he may not find any more. Robin is going to come down from vents, finds one, gets straight out as Connor does get a 1-for-1 trade as well. T-Sac coming in, and now it's 2 versus 1. T-Sac just going to go straight for this plant. Jacob on the defense. It looks like he will be able to pick it. No! T-Sac not able to get the defuse. Jacob does get the trade on Mighty Max, and it looks like he does just have enough time. The round will go to the CT side regardless.
Oh no. That's a fairly effective retake though. Great stuff coming out from the working men. That's just what they needed. You can see the economy fractured quite heavily there over on the side of Reason as well. Not looking too glorious. They can shake it around a little bit as they do have money to play with to get a buy out. They're just going to be limited on terms of utility. Actually not that bad. Only Mighty Max really that's going to be struggling. Reason as well. Obviously going for the nades over a little bit of an awkward buy, maybe a UMP or something. So you can still play with a Tech 9. If they go for a burst style or potentially even an A-take, then it's still going to work out fine. Won't be that bad. He just needs to go in sort of the opening man, try and do some damage. If he falls, it doesn't matter, still gets a bit of a tag off, makes the life so much easier for everyone else. But this is the scary factor. If the working men do pick up the opening frag here, they're going to be sort of barraging their way through the round if they take down one of these rifles first.
Yeah, definitely so. That's why we're seeing Reason Gaming play very defensive, just holding these angles, especially in that mid area. But the working men haven't really put too much effort into their mid control. They haven't put too many resources there, as Keita is starting to walk on out with this AWP. Could potentially come across Jacob here, but instead is going to look towards... no, D-Sack. Just going to get taken out. Dudley finds a pick onto Connor as well after he took out Robin, as we're now at 4 versus 3. This is what you're talking about. The rifles have gone down straight away, and Working Men barrage their way on towards this side. Jacob still just going to be defending from afar.
Here's the scary factor as well. I mean, Working Men, off the back of this, there's no real chance they lose this.
Yeah.
They don't have any stake into the round for the side of reason. They're just going to fall eventually or get taken down. I mean, Working Men would have to go crazy to have lost that round. This should be a free one for them as well. They should pick up the game here. There's no chance of them actually losing. If you look at the economy as well, it's very evident. The buy is going to be so restricted depending on what they actually go for. This should basically be game for Working Men. You can't really see too much coming out. Healthy utility, but that's about it. And I mean, even then, Reason haven't actually really used that until late into the round. The slow style CS as well isn't going to work with this buy. They need to go for that aggression. You see it
this is what
as they just go for this push in. Fry actually running out with his knife. Does get caught off guard, but the trades do come back in with Jacob finding one towards Mighty Max. Keita with a response. Is a 3 versus 3 now. No one outnumbered, but they are outgunned. Keita from the sidelines unfortunately goes down as Robin just rips his way through everyone with a spray down. Absolutely great stuff on display here, just leaving Connor in a bit of a panic. So anxious as he just twitches around, down to 9 HP. They do have a nade as well. Dudley should throw that in, should blow him out the server. Will bounce around, and he falls.
That's going to be game. 16-7 is the score at the end of game 1. Everyone's just left the server as well. So.
Well, that's not too good, Hoss.
No, it's
that
not.
is a 15-7. Wait, that's 16-7.